Yay.
All right, and I think we are live. What is up, everyone? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another podcast, the EssenceCast number 10 that we have here. I want to first and foremost say thanks to all of you guys that are joining us. I know more people will fill in as the time goes along, but I do appreciate each and every single one of you guys that came out here that were waiting for the show to start. Sorry that we got started a little bit late, and yes, J Mart, yeah, we know, man. Like it doesn't show up in the feeds all the time. Or sorry, okay, now we said it is always listed in the feeds. Okay, so David Guido is saying that it's not listed in the feed sometimes. So sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Do appreciate it. Mama Mercy's not going to be here this week. She's not feeling that well, so well, everything's okay, but she's just feeling a little dizzy. So she's not going to be here this week. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be a good show. We have some nice cast of characters here. We got John Turner. What's up, John? How's it going? John Turner. Is John Turner here? I heard him before. Okay, I think something's wrong with John's mic right now, so we'll move on. But John's here. Then we also have Ataki as well. Ataki, what's up, man?
It's pretty. It's going pretty good. How are you
Doing
today?
good, doing good. Thanks for you to wanting to join us this week. Oh, John, are you back?
Yeah, I really don't know what. Yeah, I really don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
sorry.
got some
I don't know what
echoing.
happened. I don't know why I disconnected so suddenly. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, it's no problem. We had a little bit of echoing, but I think it's fixed now, so I think we're good. I think we're
Yeah, I
definitely
know.
good. Oh,
Apologies about.
okay. Well, so like I said, Ataki's here. Also, John's also here as well. John, how you doing? Everything's okay with you, man?
Yeah, aside from that one little software glitch, I'm okay. Things have
All
been
right.
pretty quiet for me this week, but
Sweet.
I'm doing right.
Sweet. Let me move over here just a little bit so I can get my camera. Anyway, okay, guys. So today we got a whole nice list of topics today. I know not everyone got this in their sub feeds. Apparently, YouTube is having some issues, so we'll probably have more people file in as the show goes on. We're looking to go for maybe about an hour, 15, hour and a half. So hopefully you guys have a good show, or hopefully there's a lot of good topics to go over. We got quite a number of things. So we're gonna go ahead and like kind of jump right in. So we're starting off with the Sony Fortnite controversy, and I think this one's interesting because I've talked a lot about it, but I kind of wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on this. I mean, if you don't care, obviously you don't care, but I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what you guys have to say about it. So let's go ahead and start off with the talkie. So basically, as many of you guys know, I'll just kind of recap it for people who didn't know, maybe in the chat. So apparently, Sony, like, they're blocking your Epic account on Fortnite. So like, there's crossplay, right, between PS4, or sorry, not between PS4, between Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and also PC, mobile, and Sony blocks that. Like, you can't play with Xbox, or you can't play with Nintendo, which is fine. In my opinion, it's whatever. Okay, they want to do that, fine. But then they're also blocking your Epic account. So if you've used your Epic account on PS4, you are no longer allowed to use the Epic account on anything outside of, I think, like maybe PC and mobile. That's what Sony systems can crossplay with, but you can't use it on your Xbox, like you can't use it on your Nintendo Switch, which is very, very unfortunate because people have paid money, like battle passes, things like that, and Sony locks it behind their account. Whereas anything else, so like let's say you play on PC, you play on mobile, you play on Xbox, you play on Switch, you're able to transfer it between anything, like it's supposed to work. That's how Epic accounts are supposed to work. Epic account is not tied directly to your system account. It's their own account that they use, and everything for invites and everything like that. So that's why the system is so good on the Switch. You can just use invites and everything pops up on screen and everything like that. It's good. But yeah, they're blocked that. So once you've used it on PlayStation, you can't go back or put it on your Switch or anything like that. So obviously, it's caused some bit of a controversy. You guys, like I said, I've talked about it multiple times. You guys have heard my opinion, so I wanted to hear what Itaki first. I guess you can go first. Well, what do you think about this whole Fortnite controversy with Sony?
I can understand that they don't want to crossplay with Xbox and the Switch because the whoever's on top usually doesn't want to do that. Like last time was Microsoft, now it's Sony. So I understand that part, but it's like the blocking of the accounts in the first place, but also the it's Epic's accounts. I would think Epic would be very angry about that because it's making them look bad as well. As Sony, but I guess Sony didn't not care, and then they came with that really lame excuse, like we're just protecting the children. It's like always about the children with them. It seems, they tend to throw that out. They threw it out before with the last kind of, was it Minecraft or something, where they were blocking crossplay with. They didn't want to crossplay with Nintendo and Microsoft in Minecraft, I think, earlier this year or maybe last year it was. And they're talking about, again, it's always the children. So I don't really understand why they have to go this far. It's
Yeah.
kind of mind numbing in a way.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of feel the same way. I mean, it seems like it's a bit excessive, in my opinion, when it comes to it. But like you said, I can understand the crossplay. But John, do you have any thoughts or any topics on like what you think about this? When it comes to it.
I think, yeah, I think this is a very stupid move, in my opinion, by Sony because just because they're number one doesn't necessarily mean that they should rule out any possibilities for offering crossplay. And honestly, I'm very, very disgusted with this kind of behavior. And there's a reason why I am sometimes reluctant to support Sony consoles because I've seen them do some arrogant practices like this. And honestly, for me, this is just pretty dumb of them to do. I mean, I get that they're number one, and anybody who's on number one will do anything that's super crazy. I mean, we've seen Nintendo do it when they were number one with Wii regarding different issues. And as Itaki said, we saw Microsoft do it when they were on top with Xbox 360. And now that we're seeing Sony do it, it's really, really dumb, in my opinion. But unfortunately, greed and competitiveness ultimately rules the day these days, I
Yeah,
feel.
I mean, which is understandable. I mean, well, to a degree. I think competitiveness, that's one thing, but I think that I don't think that blocking the Epic account like is like the right way to go about it. I think that's going to actually end up doing more harm than anything. Switch to PC. So shout outs to Mark, man. Shout outs, man. I know you're having a nice month off, taking a break, but good to have you here. And he says not because they are number one, it's mostly about money. So yeah, mostly about money. They want to make sure that they keep, I guess, like you playing on their system. I mean, I'm not really sure. Like I said, Epic usually, I mean, Epic gets the money from like the V-Bucks and things like that. I mean, I know that they make maybe a bit, but like, I mean, it just seems to me like it's a bad move and it's going to set a bad precedent because if you're looking at like crossplay is obviously the future. More and more developers are going to start integrating crossplay. Crossplay is going to be something that like if you have a game and if it's on Switch, Xbox One, PC, people are going to want crossplay. It's just going to be something that's going to be popular going forward. And if you know going into it that Sony is against crossplay with multiple different systems, then you might not buy that game on that system. Or if you're a multiplayer person, like, okay, well, I'll have a bigger, pool of players to play against, or more diverse range of players to play against if I buy the Xbox version or if I buy it on Switch or something like that. So to me, it doesn't make sense to do this because this could bite them in the butt if they don't change their policy next generation. Because I've already told myself this after this whole debacle, it's like I'm never buying another PlayStation multi-platform online player game again. Like it's only going to be like for me like God of War, like Horizon Zero Dawn. It is. It is what it is. It is what it is there, and I hope Sony would fix it. I'm thinking that they're going to fix it for next generation, but we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see ultimately what they end up doing. But I'm thinking something that kind of like, you guys remember how Sony didn't have cross game chat? Like that was like one of the things that people really wanted Sony to do, and they're just like, no, we can't do it. We can't do it. Maybe it's something that they do like with the next PlayStation.
Oh,
The
did he
next.
drop out?
Yeah, he did. Oh, but he's back. Okay, so he
I'm
dropped out, but
sorry.
he's back.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, it's okay. No problem at all. So, I mean, I think we're all kind of feeling the same way. Turboverse TV. I'll take some more. It says, I feel most gamers don't care about crossplay, but Sony is getting a lot of bad press though. It's not about crossplay though. That's the thing. Like I think that's what some people keep on mentioning is just crossplay. It's not about that. Sony is blocking your Epic account. So if you have already played on PlayStation, you cannot use that Epic account, not Sony's account. You know what I'm saying? Like not crossplay with other people, but you cannot use that Epic account on your PlayStation or your Xbox. That's not the way that Epic intended for this to work. Sony is going out of their way to make sure that you can't play if you've played on PlayStation. So that's where the like ultimately, I mean, bad press. Yes, that's bad in terms of crossplay. That's bad press, but we get it. Sony has an 80 million install base. There's plenty of Fortnite players on there, and on top of that, they actually even have an advantage because Fortnite on the Xbox, you need Xbox Live to play Fortnite on there. On Xbox Live, you need it. Even though the game's free, you need Xbox Live on PlayStation and Nintendo. And I'm pretty sure once Nintendo's online even drops, you probably won't need Nintendo's online, and you don't need PSN. So Sony does have an advantage there in terms of playing Fortnite. You don't need PSN Plus. You don't need the PSN Plus to play it. So that is an advantage there. But at the same time, I think that's the biggest thing, because when people just said, oh, well, you can't crossplay, I was like, okay, well, whatever. I was the same way. But I do honestly feel that a lot of Fortnite players feel that blocking your Epic account is beyond trash. Like, I think there's a lot of people who do care about that. I care about that. I personally think that that's completely lame. And like I said, there was like a statistic in the MPD the other day that I was reading that like 40% of US PlayStation 4 owners also own a Switch. Of Fortnite players, 40% of Fortnite players on PlayStation 4 also own a Switch. So for them not to be able to say, okay, well, I'm playing the game portably now, or I'm at a friend's house and I can play the game there, that's obviously something, that's not something to just scoff at. That's not something to scoff at. So I think that going forward, Sony needs to fix it. Going forward, Sony needs to fix it. And I think it's a bit anti-consumer. I think blocking an Epic account is anti-consumer. Now, blocking crossplay, I'm not sure if that's anti-consumer. That's just their policy. I get that. But blocking an Epic account is anti-consumer, because you're essentially saying, well, I know this doesn't belong to me. Sony didn't create Epic's account. They didn't create their stuff. They're literally blocking it because they're blocking it because it's on their system. They didn't create all that stuff. We're not talking about crossplay only. We're talking about them blocking your Epic account, which has nothing to do with Sony outside of the games on the PlayStation, as well as multiple other systems. So that's the biggest problem, I think, that Ataki also said, and John, I think that's the biggest thing that we all have a problem with, is that they're blocking, they're actually blocking your account. So yeah, you're not late, guys. We just started up. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Turboverse TV. Like I totally get it. Like, I don't think as many people are as mad about crossplay than anything. I think it's more of the blocking of the Epic account that's the big problem. So yeah, I don't think it's a non-issue. I don't think when Spider-Man drops it'll be a non-issue. I think it'll still be an issue. I think it'll still be an issue. It doesn't get rid of the fact that there's still an issue with that, and it doesn't get rid of the stigma of people aren't going to buy multiplayer games. I mean, you can sit here and you can say, oh, people are going to forget about it and try to defend Sony in that, but no, like, I will not buy a multiplayer game on Sony systems anymore. Plain and simple. So you can sit here and try to say, oh, well, no, it doesn't matter. People won't care. I guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of people just like me who will no longer buy multiplayer games, because crossplay is the future. Accounts like that, like transferring over accounts and transferring over stuff is the future. And if Sony's not going to be a part of that, it's going to put a negative stigma to where it's going to actually end up losing them money. So you can sit here and say that it doesn't matter and people won't care, but I guarantee you that they will. So we'll see who's right. I'm thinking it's going to be me, but we'll see. All right, so let's go to move on to the next topic here. Let's see. We've got Rebellion. Apparently, they are making Switch. They have games in development for the Switch. Although they did say that, it's not as powerful, so they can't just port it over themselves one to one. They're gonna do some different things, but they didn't really detail what they're going to be doing. So I put that in the category of, okay, well, do I report on that? Do I just talk about that in a podcast? And I don't really have much else to add to that, because they didn't really say more outside of, yeah, we're developing Switch games. So these are the people who make like Sniper Elite and all of that stuff like that. So they make those type of games. So there you go with that. But then I also wanted to lump that in with the RE2 remake news, which there wasn't really much news. Capcom just says what Capcom usually says when it comes to like any game on Nintendo Switch, is that we have no plans. So essentially, Resident Evil 2 remake was announced for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. They didn't announce it for Switch, so obviously they have no plans for Switch right now. And they always say that. They have no plans. And that's what they said when they were asked, is it going to come to Switch? We have no plans. Capcom has a history of this, so I didn't feel the need to make a video. It's like, they have no plans. They always say they have no plans, but then sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. John, I think you wanted to talk on it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I personally want to say this. I have a feeling that this no plans thing is really just a PR. It's really just the typical PR stunt. Something tells me that this might eventually come down the line for Switch, because let's think about it. Capcom has done this before with many other titles that they said no plans for. Mega Man Legacy Collection, Resident Evil in general, Monster Hunter XX being localized, and Okami HD. They said that for all those titles. And look at what we're getting right now and what we've gotten so far. Resident Evil Revelations Collection 1 and 2. And we've got Mega Man Legacy Collection. We're going to be getting Mega Man X Legacy Collection and Mega Man 11. And we're going to be getting Okami HD. And rather bizarrely, they put Resident Evil 7 on the cloud And I have a feeling that they're going to find a way to put this on Switch too, because let's face it, it's Resident Evil, and Resident Evil Revelations did very well on the Nintendo Switch. So I have a feeling that this might eventually come as a late port. Now, I'm not saying that it's really going to happen or not, but I have a feeling that it could, based on what I've seen from Capcom doing.
Okay. Ataki, are you big into Resident Evil at all? In terms of the Resident Evil 2 remake, what do you? I mean, were you excited about the game?
Yeah, I've been a big fan of that since it started back in like '96 with the first one on the first sorry on the first PlayStation or the PSX, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I've owned the remake on the GameCube of the first one, then like Resident Evil 0 and 4 all through that, and 2 and 3 as well, and all like even the 2 on the Switch. So I've been a fan for a long time. I'm kind of surprised it took them this long to remake number 2, because the remake for the first one was only 7 years or 6 years after it came out, because it was in 2002 for the GameCube, which was a great game as well. So I think this will be a great game as well, just going by their track record. I kind of wish they wouldn't play this game with the Switch owners. They're kind of like that character in a drama who seems like really shady, but that does the right thing at the very end of the story, kind of thing. Like that kind of character. So they just like to tease, I guess, us for that kind of stuff. Honestly, like Mega Man 11, because they announced that for the Switch when they announced it for everybody else, but they like to keep you guessing, like with Monster Hunter.
Yeah, you know what? I don't really have a definitive one thing or another. I mean, I think it really could go both ways. I mean, like at this point, they need to figure out in terms of the Resident Evil engine, like they need to figure out how they're gonna get that to run the games properly, like they want it to run. Apparently, I mean, we don't have any RE engine. I mean, I don't like what's it called? Resident Evil
RE
Revelation.
engine, I think.
Yeah, we don't have any of the new RE engine games on Switch at this point yet. We only have their other engine that they did before, and I forgot what it was called, but it's the same the MT framework. Yeah.
MT framework.
We only and that's what was used to make Resident Evil Revelations 1 and Revelations 2. So apparently they're probably having some issues with the RE engine, which I think that's the reason why that they even wanted Nintendo to bump things up at least just a bit, just so they can at least try to get it. But if looking at Resident Evil like 2 remake and looking at what they're trying to do like graphically with the game and all that, it looks like they're trying to go like super high end with it. So getting a Nintendo Switch version, it's almost like, okay, do you make a Nintendo Switch version of this game, or do you just make an exclusive Resident Evil? Like, do you make like a Resident Evil Revelations? You remember how Resident Evil Revelations was actually made for the Nintendo 3DS? That's why it looks so good. For a 3DS game, it looked like leaps and bounds better than any 3DS game at the time, you know? Because it was specifically made for the 3DS. It wasn't ported over from anything else or anything like that. I think they built off of what they had with the MT framework when they ported over the Resident Evil Mercenaries. They built off of that, but they even did a better job because that actually looks better than Resident Evil Mercenaries on the Nintendo 3DS. So I think that do you get into that? Like, okay, well, Nintendo Switch is doing good enough to where it's like in the 3DS position. Do they just make something completely new in the Resident Evil franchise? Or do they spend their time pointing over this and having issues or whatever the case is? So that's kind of how I'm thinking with this one. Like, to me, Resident Evil, like playing Resident Evil portably is awesome. Like, it's cool, but I mean, like, I can live without it. Like, I can live without playing it portably. Like, it doesn't need to be on Switch for me. Like, it can be on obviously PS4 Pro is probably where I'm going to get it. And just stream it from there. But I mean, I definitely understand for those who, don't have PS4, don't have PC or Xbox One, getting this one. But I will say, like, by the time that this game, like, just to be sure, like Xbox is probably gonna be like $150. Like Xbox One S, it's probably gonna be like $150. Like I wouldn't pass up that opportunity, because like you don't know if it's gonna come to Switch and you don't know what point it's going to. So if you don't have any other system, definitely suggest like maybe getting like an Xbox One S like in the holiday, because like chances are it's gonna be super cheap, So to be able to play, because you'll be able to play the game on there, and the Resident Evil, the RE engine runs great on Xbox. So that's what I would say to that. But if not, might just have to wait a little bit. I'm not really sure, but I mean, it's undeniable when it comes to like what Capcom is trying to do with this game. It looks like it's super, super high end. They're really focusing on graphics on this one. Gameplay is great, but it's not like nothing new. It's Resident Evil 4. Like let's just be honest. It's Resident Evil 4, but Resident Evil 2. But of course, remade in Resident Evil 2, like how Resident Evil 2, how it would play if it was the third person over the shoulder type of game. But it's definitely, they're playing off what they've done before, which is fine, But like I said, I'm probably just gonna buy it on PS4, because there's no online in that game, is there?
There might be. They might shoehorn it in
Are
just
they gonna,
to.
are they gonna shoehorn some online in? Oh, well,
It was in 5 and 6, right? So maybe they'll
yeah, yeah. It was in five. Yeah, 5 and 6 had online.
even
Resident Evil
Revelations.
7 didn't though.
I guess. Okay, maybe they won't.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So
because Revelations had raid mode even on the 3DS, and I
that
think
was
yes.
that was good. The Raven was good. Yeah. So I'll have to wait and see. I might get it on Xbox. Oh snap! Hold up, my mic almost fell. Sorry about that, guys. Um, I'll probably get it on. I mean, it just depends. I might get it on PC then. If there's online play, I'll probably get it on PC or I'll get it on Xbox One. Probably get it on Xbox One or something. I'm not really sure. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, you guys anything else to add to that topic when it comes to Resident Evil Remake? Nope.
Not
Yep.
really. Except I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say about it.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic here, guys. First and foremost, I said we got almost 100 people watching, so thank you for you guys joining me on this World Cup weekend. So I do appreciate all of you guys being here. Go ahead and hit that like button. I think I don't know how many likes we're at, but hit that like button. Really helps out the stream, gets more people into the village here. So I think we're only at 30. So let's go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Let's get that up to at least 50 or 60. Let's get that up to about 50 or 60. Hit that like button. Helps out the stream a lot when you do so. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here, guys. And we are going to be discussing most excited to see in Smash Bros. Ultimate. So this is kind of a custom topic that I built into here just because I'm excited about Super Smash Bros. And I'll probably talk about Smash Bros. Every single week till it launches. So I know you guys aren't the biggest Smash Bros. Fans, but I would like to just hear in terms of we'll start with Ataki first. Ataki, what are you most excited in seeing or potential new additions to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that weren't in the last game? What would you like to see?
I'm glad that really got put in there because everybody's been, basically acting like a heroin addict and asking for that for a long time. So I'm happy that they got that.
Really?
Uh,
Did you say really?
yeah, really.
Okay, yeah.
Because a lot of people want them, like Etika and all that.
Yeah.
Fraction wanted them, and I know some people hate that because like Sokyo definitely doesn't like that probably.
Nah.
The Echo Fighters is kind of interesting that they have, people always complain like, oh, this fighter is the same as this fighter and blah, blah, blah. So they kind of made a reason for it. Okay, so now this person is this person. They're kind of the same, they play the same, but so they're sort of the same character, but it's an echo of that character. Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting way they kind of work around that criticism in the past. It's nice that they're refining like the mechanics, further and further with the new, I don't really know that much about that, but I know that there's new mechanics as far as the technical, how the game plays. It makes it more of a fighting game probably than it was before. Mm-hmm. I started playing it back in on the 64. I was really into the first one. I never really got into any of the others except for 4. So I'll probably get into this one because it is similar to 4 in some ways and similar to Melee in other ways as well. But so I'll give it a chance. I'll probably play with you guys when it comes out.
Okay, awesome, good stuff. Yeah, definitely. That's a good breakdown of kind of how you're thinking about it in terms of what they showed off and everything. So yeah, man. What about you, John? Most excited? What are you most excited to see, or any additions that you'd like to see kind of put into the game?
Well, for me, I'm really, really thrilled about the fact that this game is coming at all because I know a lot of people have been asking for Smash on Switch since day one. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how it will turn out to be. I'm looking forward to seeing all the stages for the different characters rendered gloriously on Switch and being able to take it on the go. But I'm hoping to see a few new characters show up. I mean, we've had a couple of leaks or hints that we might get a couple of new characters in addition to these ones that we're having. Like some have hinted Simon Belmont from Castlevania. Some have hinted Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And honestly, I'm open for either one of those things. But either way, I'm just looking forward to seeing it hit on Nintendo Switch. Period.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, obviously, you guys know I'm a huge Smash Brothers fan. First of all, gamer, please stop spamming false information. That's not true. So I know that you're just joking, but you tagged me in there for me to intentionally see it. So if you spam, and we got almost 100 people watching, so people might think that you're serious with that stuff. So we already gave away the Switch. So yeah, thank you, Mark, for deleting that. But please don't write stuff like that. Right now, any type of giveaways that we have, guys, please ignore. If you were seeing that and you saw that, we already gave away a Nintendo Switch. We already gave that away. we're not giving away a Switch right now. Right now, once we hit 200 sponsors, we're actually giving away a PS4, Xbox One. So you can actually see any giveaways that we're doing. It's not up on this one, but when we go to our other once I go to my other layouts, like you'll see we're giving at 200 sponsors, we're giving away PS4, or Xbox One. So yeah, please don't spam false information, especially somebody a gamer. You're a normal. So since you're a normal, I mean you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. But anyway, thanks Mark, I appreciate that. But yeah, for me with Super Smash Brothers, man, I mean I think it's one of those things to where it's like the fact that they brought everyone back for me was like that was already more than enough. I think everyone's talked about story mode, so I'd like to see some type of extra story mode or extra thing kind of put into there. I think that would be cool for those who are kind of looking for that. But for me personally, I think the biggest thing that I want to see is like a proper online and ranking system. I would really want to see like a ranking system. I really want to see like leaderboards and things like that. And you know, kind of like lobbies. I think lobbies would probably be like ranking lobbies would probably be the biggest thing that I want, to where like you can kind of go in like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen that, but you can check out footage on my channel. We were playing it, like you have like multiple different lobbies that you can go into, and like you can go into there and challenge people. Like you step on little two things and then you fight people from there. You can see their records, or you can see kind of like, you know, their character tag and stuff like that. Like that's really what I want. I mean I don't know if they'll do something like that, but that's something that I truly want, because like obviously Arc System Works is kind of really advanced in terms of their online compared to what Nintendo does at times. But we'll have to wait and see. But that's kind of what I want, you know. That's kind of what I want in there. So I'm going to take a couple comments from the chat here, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So let's see here. Logic Win says, I'm likely getting Smash. Didn't think I'd like Octopath, but that's a day one purchase. Nintendo's impressing me with these exclusives. Yeah, Octopath and Smash. I think Octopath, Smash, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and Eevee, like for me, those are like three big ones. I mean, there's some other games as well, like obviously Ys, Wolfenstein. There's stuff that's coming out over the summer, but Octopath is so good. But yeah, man, it's really cool. Jmart 0031 says, I'm so stoked for Smash. It'll be the first one that I have owned. Only played the N64 one, but way back when it came out, and the Wii one, so it's perfect for everyone in this one. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. You get everyone, and I think, like I said, that was the most surprising thing. Is like, wow, they actually brought back everyone. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So Andy Mine also says OJ only wants a better online experience so we can have more than 2 players in PE Arena. Well, I mean, even if I mean, sometimes we do it. Most of the time, PE Arena, like with Smash, it's going to be one-on-ones, just because, I mean, that's how people like to play. Even with it, I mean, I think it's going to be, I don't know if the connections are going to be great, but it's still going to be peer-to-peer. Like, it's still going to be, like, no matter how you slice it, it's a fighting game. But, I mean, like, I'm not opposed to doing, like, free-for-alls. I mean, we'll do free-for-alls. Like, back when Smash 4 first came out, like, when we did PE Arenas, I don't even know what it was called back then when I did. But when I played with the community back then, like, we did free-for-alls and all that. You know, it wasn't that big of a deal. We just kind of had choppy internet. Like, you know, the internet wasn't necessarily as good just because there's 4 different connections in there. And then it was so funny because then we'd have some users, like some of my people that I used to do videos with, that they don't really make videos anymore. They were like, oh, I wish there was like 8 players online. I'm like, dude, did you just see how crappy the 4 players was online? Like, why would you want 8 more? Like, why would you want 4 more people that can actually jack up the connection? You know, so
5 frames a second or something like that. It's
yeah. It was like, it was always running like, it just wasn't running good with 4 players online. But yeah, I mean, I just want the, like I said, rankings and like just the proper like lobbies, like how you can like see the person's connection, like stuff like that. So I mean, that's essentially what I would like. That's my biggest thing, you know, that I would like to see. So let's hope they do have that. Let's get a couple more questions here. Leo Aguilar, or not a couple more statements. It says Leo Aguilar, player as in Smash looks amazing, and trying to see who else Sakurai brings over to this so suspenseful. Yeah, it's gonna be suspenseful. Do you guys have any like characters like third-party characters that you think that would make it in? Just like what you guys think. I mean, I guess I'll start with the talkie. Is there anybody that you think that is going to be in there, like a serious pick for you to be in there from a third-party
Well, I guess we know that Goku's never going to be in there, right? Well, that's one I would like, because I wasn't a Dragon Ball Z fan, or just Dragon Ball in general. But more realistic, Solange from a game called A Code of Princess.
You would pick Solange.
Well, we'll put some more clothes on her though, because I don't.
No, you would know. Stop it, talking. I'm gonna cut you off right there. You do not want her covered up. Stop lying.
Actually, no, but actually, that costume actually does bother me because it's like literally the most like. Actually, they wear almost, it's comedic like that costume like that they would make that game like it's like that, ever since 2012 when that game first came out I'm like why is this like this but
Yeah, it's a little
that's a good
much.
game,
It's a little much.
yeah. I'm glad it's getting like a Switch version because it didn't sell a lot on a 3DS and it didn't get like a lot of love and it's a really great it's a beat 'em up I guess is yeah. Hold I guess Snake's back that's the one I would like but Snake's back so I can't say that one anymore. Someone from Donkey Kong. Oh no, that's not the third one. But yeah, I want someone from
who from like King K. Rool?
I know some people on him. Yeah, I was thinking maybe more like Dixie.
Oh,
You know,
I think if they brought Dixie, she'd be like an
Echo Fighter.
Yeah, I think she'd be like an Echo Fighter because she's so similar in stature to Diddy. You know.
How about maybe Funky because he's pretty jacked, or is he more like the Echo Fighter of Donkey Kong? Maybe.
I mean, they could do Funky, but like. I mean, they could, but I don't know. I think that it's another Kong. You know, you already got two Kongs in there. Like, I think that they do like an enemy. I think King K. Rool would probably be the best one to pick because it'd be another villain and it wouldn't be a Kong. You know, because they already have two Kongs in there. So I mean, you could balance it out a bit. But I mean, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Like, I mean, they could do Funky. I mean, Funky Kong makes everything better, right? Funky mode. You got to, you know.
I never used that mode ever when I played it because yeah, I played the original without it back in like 2014 when it came out, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna play like a because I beat it back then, so why can't I beat it now without it, right? So, other third-party characters I like to see, maybe something from like Phoenix Wright, you know, because
Phoenix Wright,
him and Maya is maybe like, as a team because they were a playable team in the second Project X Zone, like they were actually you could actually fight with them. Mm-hmm. They were a team in that game, and we probably played that. I think there's some people probably in this community that have because I have talked to people about it before. Those two games, the X Zone games, that is. So, and there's a whole list of people you could put in there probably.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot. Yeah, some people in the chat. Renan is ready. Says, yeah, King K. Rool actually makes sense. Only first party characters so far have been the ones to have their villain enter. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like we don't have a villain. Like I would like to see if we're going to see some characters. And John, I'll get to you in just a bit. If we're going to see some characters that like more first party characters. I know we said like third party, but just like to kind of put some first party characters. I'd love to see like a villain from like F-Zero. Like I like to see one of the villains, like this is like a Black Knight or something like that from F-Zero, like that dude. I'd also like to see like King K. Rool. I like to see a couple more villains from the franchises. Wolf is coming back, so Wolf is already a villain there. And Wolf is not the same as Fox. I know people like to sit there and say he's like some type of Echo Fighter, but he's not. I know people like to say that, but Wolf is not. Wolf is so good. I love Wolf, man.
A little bit.
What's up?
He's bigger and bulkier, isn't he? Though
he's slower. Wolf is slower. He's bulkier. Wolf has a lot of different properties. I mean, he wouldn't. I mean, I guess technically you can see him as an Echo Fighter because he does have the general like movement or move set of Fox in terms of like, okay, his side B is like the Vanish, but like they all have different, like vastly different properties, like how his laser works, how everything is. I mean, it's like, you know, Falco's different too. Falco actually has a number of differences, but people try to call Falco and Fox the same thing, which they're not. Actually, they're not Echo Fighters. Falco and Fox are not. Wolf, I guess, would technically, could be looked at as one, but he has so many different properties that I don't think Wolf would be at this point, especially how they changed Fox from Smash Brawl to Smash for Wii U. I don't think Wolf would be in the category of an Echo Fighter, in my opinion, at this point. If they keep his same moveset, I don't think so. Like he has, his neutral's completely different. It's just like his neutral's like Sonic's neutral, like his air neutral. Like jumping neutrals. It's like Sonic. He's like spins like a ball, you know. Whereas like Fox, you know, Fox is like a straight kick, like completely different properties for like approaching people. Like Wolf's blaster, he has like a little blade on his blaster, so it actually like, you know, it can like stab you. Like when he pulls it out, like it can like stab you first and like hit the, you know, hit you with the blade, and then it shoots like a paralyzing laser, you know. So it's a lot more powerful. I mean, there's so many different things, like some of his smashes. How those work. Fox is like a straight like flip kick. Wolf does like a kind of like a 2-part hit. I mean, to me, it's enough. Wolf's down smash, like he slashes one way then slashes the other way. So I mean, there's a lot of differences in my opinion. But We'll have to wait and see. Shout outs to Scott Vanderpool. Also hit us that subscription. Thank you so much, homie. Welcome to the village. Everyone in chat, please make Scott Vanderpool feel very welcome. So, John, do you have any characters that you'd like to see or you feel that are going to be in there that haven't been announced yet?
No, I don't really have anything else to announce on that because I've basically heard just about everybody else give their same, and I'm out of ideas, honestly.
Okay. I have there's some stuff in the chat that I want to make sure that I read out from you guys. Shout outs to Dragon Lady. I didn't say shout outs to you, so shout outs to Dragon Lady. But Muhammad said Springman, Twintail, and Min Min. That's too many characters from ARMS. That's not going to happen. Maybe one of them, maybe one or two of them. But they're not going to get three. They're not going to get three characters. Also, yeah, Rex, Pyra, Mithra. I'd like to see that whole trio: Rex, Pyra, Mithra. Like Rex, and then you can switch between Pyra and Mithra, and then it gives you like different abilities based on who you pick. One of the champions from Breath of the Wild, Urbosa. If I had a champion from Breath of the Wild, Urbosa would be the pick. She's obviously the easiest pick for Smash in terms of just like her body type and what she'd be able to do. Another female fighter, so that'd be good. You can use the Thunder Helm. There's all sorts of cool stuff that you can do with Urbosa in the game. Andy Mine says maybe Eggman as a villain, and he uses one of his mechs, and he could be a heavy fighter as well. I mean, yeah, that's definitely something that a third party character. Yeah, absolutely, another Sonic character in there, Eggman in a mech. Yeah, that'd be cool. I wouldn't be against that.
Maybe they could get Zero from Mega Man in there too, or one of the
Mega
Man villain.
Yeah. Zero from Mega Man. I actually would be okay with Zero from.
Love that.
I actually like Zero more than I like Mega Man. So
okay, so I lot of people do.
Yeah. so yeah, absolutely. Like the Mega Man the Mega Man Zero games. You ever play those on the Game Boy Advance? They're actually really good. Well, not the Mega Man X, the Mega Man Zeros, the Zero series is really good on the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, all that would be cool. So all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on from Super Smash Brothers. So shout outs there. Real quick before we move on to the next topic here, guys, definitely see if we can hit that like button. I saw you guys were definitely doing so I do appreciate that. We're right around 50 likes, so shout outs to the 50 likes, and we got a donation as well. So shout outs to Avidin, my boy's showing some support this weekend. Thank you so much, Avidin, appreciate that. Donated $6 to the channel, so I appreciate the donation, really do, homie. And he says Kid Cobra from ARMS, mainly because of his body type. Oh, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Kid Cobra? Yeah. Hold up, real quick. I gotta sneeze.
Sorry.
What about,
bless you.
He's so weird. He could be a good Smash from a person from ARMS to go into Smash.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kid Cobra, that'd be awesome if he was in there, but I think they'd pick somebody a little bit more mainstream, or people like most popular. Like they would pick I think they'd pick like Mechanica, or they'd pick like Ribbon Girl or Springman or Twintail. I don't know if they'd pick Kid Cobra, but I'd be totally down for Kid Cobra. Like he looks cool. He definitely would be down for Kid Cobra. I don't think they pick Bass before before Zero. Like from Mega Man, I don't think they wouldn't pick Bass before like Zero. But that's just my opinion. Maybe they would. Helix.
What about Helix? He's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, he's kind of weird, but I don't think they pick Helix before they pick the other characters. Like Helix looks stupid, so I mean, I don't think that they would pick Helix. I mean, but then Duck Hunt Dog looks stupid too. But Duck Hunt Dog is like, that's different. Like he's like.
Duck Hunt Dog is a very hated character from a lot of people's childhood because he used to laugh at you when you missed things.
Yeah. Duck Hunt Dog was very hated. Like the dog looks stupid when you're a kid. The ducks look stupid. You really wanted to murder those ducks and the dog. Like you ever shot the dog and nothing happens? Like I know all of you guys have done that where you're just like, let me just shoot that dog.
He like laughs at you.
Just that stupid laugh. Like, oh man. Yeah. Akuma,
like holds the duck up.
Akuma would be a good choice. I don't know if Akuma would be a good choice outside of just like a skin for Ryu. I don't think Akuma would be a good choice. I think that'd be a waste because Akuma and Ryu, they're the same. They're both Shotos that practice the same martial arts. So if anything, that's a skin. That's a skin for Ryu, Or I mean, if you want to go take it a little bit further, that's an Echo fighter. That's not. I don't think that's a new fighter that you put in there because they're both Shotos that do the same. I mean, Akuma obviously has different things that he can do. I mean, he has a diagonal Hadouken that he can do. He has his Musou, he has his crazy stuff. But they're both Shotos that learn, that literally fight the same. So I think that's a little bit of a waste unless you're going to call it an Echo character. But I wouldn't waste a third party slot on somebody who fights so similarly to Ryu. That's all I'm trying to say because like it's limited. Like you can't have unlimited. And I think Akuma is one of those characters. It's like okay, well he fights like Ryu. It's like the same thing when people say like okay, well you're gonna put Kennen. That Kennen would be like a skin or an Echo fighter. Like it wouldn't be. Like that's a waste of a slot too, because Ken and Ryu, they're both Shotos. Like if you're gonna put somebody in from Street Fighter, put somebody in that fights different. Put Chun-Li, put Cammy, put put somebody else that's not don't put another Shoto in there that fights just like Ryu, because we already got Ryu. So put somebody else in there with a different fighting style, you know. So
And Bison would be a good choice, wouldn't he?
yeah, like yeah, Bison put anybody else but a Shoto. Like no, like don't put Dan, don't put don't put any other Shotos in there. You know, like don't put anybody that fights like a Shoto in there. Just like put somebody else that's not a Shoto. Because like Ken, Akuma, those can all just be skins, and I think people would be happy enough like for that. Like they don't need to put like like I said, and I'd rather have him Bison or something, in there.
Doing like all the lines from the Street Fighter movie, of course.
All right, but now we're kind of going off to the deep end. People are just starting to name all sorts of random characters. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing here, guys. People started to name characters that they know aren't ever going to get in. All right, so we're going to move on to Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake first. So essentially what the developer said about this game is that they're still working on it, but the thing is that they're going to go more into the stories of the Avalanche when you play the game. So I'm still confused on what Final Fantasy VII Remake is ultimately going to end up being. Is it going to be a trilogy of games? Is it going to be one all game? It's all complete on there. Like, I'm still somewhat confused. Let me break down first kind of what I think it's going to be. Maybe some of you guys know more information in the chat, or maybe some of you guys know here, but apparently it's going to be like Final Fantasy 13. You have 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns, and it's one big long story, but they're each complete games, but it's all one big long story. I'm guessing that's what they said Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be like. It's going to be like one big long story, but they're going to split it up into 3 games that are complete, apparently. But you have to play the next one. But I mean, the only difference with that is that we didn't know that ahead of time. Like Final Fantasy 13 was not complete. Like there wasn't a Final Fantasy 13 that we already played. Final Fantasy 7 we've already played. So it's going to be a little bit weird if they do split it up, like they said, into 3 separate games for that one story. Unless they connect like Crisis Core and other games to it. I think it's going to be a little bit weird in my opinion. So they essentially said that they're still working on it, that the internal teams, everything's kind of full go, and they're making progress. So that was basically the update from that. Not much, but it was something there, and I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to Final Fantasy VII Remake. So there's that, and like I said, we'll get your opinion on both of them. And then there's also Kingdom Hearts 3. That got a release date, which we did talk about. That's like January next year. But also Kingdom Hearts 3, when it comes to the story, like there was a big controversy with this one. And this is kind of like what I want to talk about more, but you guys can touch on both of them. But there was a big controversy with Angry Joe. You guys all know Angry Joe. He is a YouTuber that has over 2 million subscribers. I think he's like 3 million subscribers. But anyway, he's a big YouTuber. He's been around for a long time, reviewing games, does all that stuff. And apparently Angry Joe's going to hop into Kingdom Hearts 3 before he gets into Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And then there's a really big YouTuber that I've worked with before on the Spawncast, and that is HMK. And HMK obviously was like, whoa. Like, how are you going to give a good, legit review when you don't understand the story? You're just going to hop into 3. So, obviously, Kingdom Hearts fans kind of came at Joe. Joe kind of came back at Kingdom Hearts fans about this because Joe's not going to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and Birth by Sleep, 345 Days and Across 52 and all these other ones that Drink Drop Distance, all these confusing Kingdom Hearts games that even Tetsuya Nomura or whatever, he's confused he said he even gets confused on the story at times. So, obviously Joe's not going to play all that crap before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. So there was a bit of controversy and back and forth, and like Joe called Kingdom Hearts fans elitists, and Kingdom Hearts fans were like, no, we just think that you're going to knock the game because you're not going to know what's going on. It's not going to be as enjoyable. So it's just, but in my opinion, I think Kingdom Hearts fans are elitist because to understand that story, you have to be like Stephen Hawking or something like that. You've got to be very intelligent and elite to kind of understand what's going on. So, I kind of agree with that. Kingdom Hearts fans are elitist because if you understand that story, obviously you got some advanced brain processing going on. But, what's you guys' take on all this when it comes to Square Enix, when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Remake? I guess you can start with that, and then also Kingdom Hearts. We'll start off with you, John. You back and everything's good?
Yeah, I don't understand why I'm getting kicked out. I think my internet connection must be shaky today. But anyway, regarding the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I honestly don't care all that much for Final Fantasy VII Remake at this point because it seems like that this game is taking forever to come out, and it really doesn't matter to me how long that they're going to be spending on this. To me, I'm just like, whatever, just If it comes, it comes. If not, I really don't know what it's going to be anymore. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. But I personally would rather take the Final Fantasy PC remaster on Switch above the remake at this point, because if it's going to take forever for it to come, well, it's just hard for me to really care about it. As far as Kingdom Hearts is concerned, I do agree that the story is kind of messed up. But to be honest, I think Kingdom Hearts' story takes a back seat to the addictiveness and how much fun it is to play through the Disney world. So, in my opinion, the whole thing about Kingdom Hearts being confusing, yes, there is some truth to that. But I think the real joy that you get out of playing a game like that is seeing, Disney and Square Enix characters interact. I mean, once upon a time, a lot of people thought that that was a silly idea and that it was a crossover game that could never happen. And yet here we are. And so I personally think that, there is a lot of truth to both sides of the argument.
Okay. And what's your thoughts, Taki, on this whole situation?
It's, I guess starting with Final Fantasy VII. I think it will see the light of day because it's just too big for them not to let it go, because it was a lot of people's first RPG, and it's a very beloved game by a lot of people. Never played it myself ever to this day. I don't know why, but I'm never a big fan of Final Fantasy fan, even though I own the games. It was like 13. That kind of makes me question the quality, because 13 was maybe literally the worst Final Fantasy ever. You can debate which one of the three was better out of the three. I guess some people say that the last one was the best of of that trilogy anyway. So uh, they did say a long time ago it would be episodic, so that's been known for quite some time. I think they will get it out hopefully within the next year. I think it's been too long, like John said, but I am looking forward to it because I think that I would play that on PC or the PS4 to enjoy it. I guess on the Kingdom Hearts. About Joe first. I can't believe people are shocked that a person who's not known for doing research would not want to do a lot of research about something before talking about it. So if you're a fan of that guy, I think you're used to that. But I don't know why other people. It's well known, There's like a famous clip from 2010 where him and Jeff Keighley didn't know when Final Fantasy 14 came out. Both of them didn't know.
It was only 8 years ago.
Yeah, but I know that's so funny. But I mean, people. I'm trying to defend him by saying, like, this is. People know how he is by now, right? This is how he runs his show, so deal with it, right? So I think he's okay by they are kind of acting elitist, so like yeah, we all know what this means, but it has a convoluted like story based on where the games and what order to play them in. There are a list out there that I've seen. I have been collecting them all for like the past year or so in preparation for the third one coming out, and it's really good. It has a release date finally. I know some people like Mama Mercy are really happy about that in our community, so that's good for all of them, and I'm excited for it as well. Yeah, I guess that's what my take on both of those topics.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, here's my take with this, man. I mean, like, I think they both have a point. I think HMK has a point. You don't want to hop into something without knowing it. Like, look, I'll be honest. Like, the reason why I'm not excited about Kingdom Hearts is because I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on in the story. I've played Kingdom Hearts games. I've tried to understand, but it's very confusing. I've played every single Kingdom Hearts game. I've listened to scenarios and kind of how like people sum it up, but it's just not very interesting to me. I might be in the minority when it comes to this, but like I'm not a huge fan of the gameplay. I don't think the gameplay is as good as people prop it up to be. I'm not a big fan of transforming into completely different like looks every single time you go to a different one. I mean, I get it, that's the hook of the game, and trust me, I don't want them to take that out. But I'm just not as big of a fan of it. That being said, am I going to play Kingdom Hearts 3? Absolutely. Am I going to be confused? Absolutely. But I'm looking forward to the gameplay. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, because the gameplay does look significantly better than Dream Drop Distance. And of course, I mean, some people just absolutely hate that game. I thought it was okay, but I don't like love it on 3DS. But like I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I played Kingdom Hearts 2, so I mean, it looks a lot better than those Kingdom Hearts games. And we never got a true Kingdom Hearts game on the PS3. We just got a bunch of the ports and stuff and the remakes. Or not even the remasters of the Kingdom Hearts games. We never got a real Kingdom Hearts 3 or a Kingdom Hearts game on the PS3. So they're taking a pretty big jump here. Obviously, it's a pretty big jump. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this one, and I'll be picking it up, but just for the gameplay, just to stream it, just so I can have Kingdom Hearts fans tell me what's going on with the story, because like that's the time that I will be asking, okay, well, why is this important? Like, why is this important? Because I think it'll be fun for the Kingdom Hearts fans that are on my channel. So I will be playing it, but I'm not gonna know what's going on. So yeah, so that's that. In terms of like what Joe says, I mean, in my opinion, if you don't know what's going on, like the game doesn't have to be new. Like he says, oh well, games like if they're not newcomer friendly, like, I'm definitely gonna mention that. That's definitely gonna be a problem, But like the problem is that like, when you say that is that like it's like jumping into like like what if you jump into Dragon Ball Super, before you watch Dragon Ball Z, like you're gonna be confused, right? You're gonna be a bit like, who are all these purple kids? Why did this person have kids? What's a Super Saiyan God? What's Super Saiyan 1? What's Super Saiyan 2? Like, you're gonna be confused. Like, they're gonna expect you to know who Goku, Vegeta, who all these people are before you get into it. They're gonna expect you to know. I mean, like Dragon Ball, they explain everything. Like I get that. You hop into Dragon Ball. So first, I mean, you don't gotta really know Dragon Ball to know Dragon Ball Z and like Dragon Ball Z, but it definitely helps you out if you watch Dragon Ball or you know what happened in Dragon Ball before you got into Dragon Ball Z. So I think it's kind of like that, like an anime or like a movie or like anything else. I mean, especially with something as convoluted as Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I would at least go into it like, if you're gonna try to review it legitimately, at least go in knowing what's going on a bit. Like watch some videos or something like that. Like you can't just go in blind and say, "Oh, well, this is not newcomer friendly." Like you can't do that. That's just kind of my opinion on that. So we'll take some questions, or we'll take some comments from the chat here when it comes to Kingdom Hearts and all that. And once again, guys, if you can hit that like button, see if we can we got over 100 people watching, so we should be able to reach 70 to 80 likes right now. So. Sit Astro says, player says, do you think that Kingdom Hearts 3 will get a chance to be on Switch? If so, this is the age-old question, right? If so, would there be a possibility to get a Kingdom Hearts collection in one game? I'm curious. I'm gonna say no on. I mean, I'm gonna say no. There's a possibility to be on Switch. Obviously, there's a possibility for anything to come to Switch. I think anything could come. But do I think that it will come? Do I trust Square Enix and all that? No. So I'm going to say just my own thoughts. I'm going to say like it's like 30% or lower because I don't trust Square Enix. But there's always a possibility. John, I know you might probably have something to add on that, right? No?
Frozen.
Oh, okay. What about you, Ataki? Do you think it can ever come to Switch? What's your thoughts on that?
Like a complete collection of all the games in one thing?
Well, like Kingdom Hearts 3 and maybe like a collection of like the ones that they've already done,
I suppose there's potential that 3 would come to the Switch eventually. I think it's technically feasible, probably, just based on how it looks. Although some people say it couldn't run, but I guess they say that about every game on the Switch, every third-party game out there. For a collection, I think it's a low chance because there's just so many games across so many systems they have to throw in there. Unless you want to have just the first 2, and that's it. Not the side games, because they're on the DS, 3DS, the PSP, and I don't think there's any on the Vita, but
yeah, I mean, the collection is possible, guys, but I just don't trust Square Enix. I don't trust. I mean, like a lot of people who make Kingdom Hearts, they're so like Sony, like they Sony. I don't like saying that. I'm not gonna say that word because it's during the daytime, but you guys know they Sony. What it up. They see what ending with a K for Sony all the time when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. Like the fact that Kingdom Hearts, like at least the PS2 games, weren't ported over or made for the Wii, that kind of solidified my thought process on like that was literally the perfect system to release Kingdom Hearts on was the Wii. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Like why did they not release Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the Wii? That it would have sold so much on the Wii. Disney games did really good on Wii back then, and they didn't do it. So I at that point I was like, this company doesn't care. They don't care. I don't know if they had like some type of exclusive with Sony or whatever the deal is, but they obviously don't care. It's gonna be, they just don't care. They don't care when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. So I don't have confidence in them. It's really based on the developers. Like the Nomura, he's really a big Sony guy, So he reminds me of Hideo Kojima. You know what I'm saying? Like Hideo Kojima doesn't want to ever make anything for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Which he did. I mean, he did make some Metal Gears at the end, You know, but for the most part, he always wants to just make stuff exclusive to Sony. He likes Sony. He wants to make it, which is fine. That's his prerogative, right? But like that's kind of how I feel about Nomura. That's kind of how I feel about Kingdom Hearts, even though it's coming to Xbox One. But they didn't even bring over the rest of the games to the Xbox One. Like they didn't even spend the time to port like the collection over to Xbox One. Like they didn't even do that. Like why not? You're giving the Xbox players Kingdom Hearts 3, but you're not porting over the collection. Like that's how bad they are. You know what I'm saying? Even though they could easily do it. So it's not gonna sell on Xbox. I mean, that's kind of how I feel.
I'm going to take a different approach and say that, yes, I do think it is likely that we might see Kingdom Hearts on Switch. And the one thing that we can take comfort in is, as of right now, Nomura has not ruled out anything regarding a Switch port. So that means that we have a bit of a chance for it to come. As long as there's a chance, I'm going to keep on hoping that it does. Do I think it will eventually happen? I really don't know. It's hard to say. But either way, I definitely am a lot more hopeful about this than some other people might be. So I might end up being disappointed. I might not be. But either way, I'm not giving up on that yet.
Okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see kind of like what happens with that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. So we'll have to wait and see. So
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So before we move on, guys, I think we're doing pretty good. I do appreciate the likes. We're at 67, so let's see if we can get to 70 to 80. Got 120 people watching, so I know we can do it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here, guys. Let me see if there's any more comments here. Mr. Nichols says, yeah, there are tons of videos that explain the story of Kingdom Hearts. Doesn't guarantee that it will make the story understandable to you, though. Yeah, I've watched a couple things, but I've forgotten it. Because, I think the best way to experience story and all that is to watch it yourself and is to understand it and maybe even read some lore behind the scenes. Like, when somebody else explains something to you, like, you can get it, but it's always better to me. Like, I've always had the most success in terms of understanding the story when it's cohesive and when it's put into play, like, in a game, and like you can repeat the scenes. Like Mass Effect, it's everybody always understood Mass Effect story, because if you don't understand something, you can simply ask the person again and they'll repeat what they said. Like so I mean, for me, Mass Effect is it's a complex story because there's so many things that go on in Mass Effect, but it's very easy to understand because Mass Effect has literally fully narrated story bits. Even like when you go to like the menu screen and like when you go to the lore, it'll be narrated. The lore is even narrated in there. So it was very easy for me, for a new IP. I didn't play games like Mass Effect beforehand. For me to jump into Mass Effect, understand the lore, understand like, okay, this is an intergalactic political battle between factions of races that are all trying to come together, at one point, and it was very easy for me to understand, even though Mass Effect is very complex in its story and the back lore and all that stuff like that. So I think Kingdom Hearts doesn't do that. Like Kingdom Hearts has like a lot of set pieces. They have a lot of things kind of just happen, and then you're supposed to know what happens. Did that happen when I think it happens? And then you have a lot of games that are just built for different hardware, like throughout the times, like Xbox. All of the games were or like PlayStation, all of the games were all on the system. Xbox 360, Xbox 360, whatever, and then obviously we're not talking about Andromeda, but just like the first 3 games. Whereas Kingdom Hearts, they decided to Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and then they started to make these weird ones. They started to make like games on the Game Boy Advance. They made a game on the DS. They made a game on the 3DS, and they made a game on the PS Vita. So then you started segmenting and splitting the story. Apparently, these games are important to the story, right? Like, if I'm not correct, from Kingdom Hearts fans, the DS games and the PS Vita games, those are actually integral to the story, right? So I think that's also an issue that I found, is that they started like splitting it off from like PS2, and they didn't continue on PS3, and then there's a huge gap between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and then you have 3. We're talking, how many years gap? We have over a decade, right? Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005, like something like that. So we have over a decade between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3. So I think that also causes confusion too, just the amount of time, that has went by. So yeah, I think that's also another issue as well. So player says only recorded DS one isn't import, I believe. What do you mean by that? Only recorded on DS isn't important, I believe.
Only recode.
Only recoded on DS isn't important. Okay, so he's saying that the Game Boy Advance one. So you're saying like the chain of memory, like the card game, that one's important, and like the PS Vita game. I know that's Birth by Sleep. That one's important, right?
That's a PSP game, eh? Just to let you know.
Yeah, PS Vita or PSP. Sorry about that. PSP. I said
I know
PS
because
Vita.
I started collecting for the PSP this year. I never had one until this year, and I have that game because I've been collecting them all on all different systems across the. So yeah, but that one is like that has like Master Aqua in it. Is that one?
Okay.
Among other ones, I think she's in.
Okay.
But
see that's confusing because you have games that are because you said only recoded is not the only important one. So you have games on Game Boy Advance, you have games on PSP, you have games on I think there's like the 300 and something days or whatever that's on DS, and then Dream Drop Distance on 3DS. Like you are throwing games in all these different systems all over the places. Oh, this is important to the story too. Like this is ridiculous. I mean, and I know they ended.
Nintendo and Sony at the same time probably by like, oh, here's a Kingdom Hearts game for you that only you have in your 3DS, right? So
I think they took too long. I mean, they did remaster all like they remastered and put it to where you can play all of them though, like on the PS3 and the PS4, right? I think they did that. So I know that they've remastered those games and
moved them all off the handhelds onto like one card. They're small games in comparison to like the full 1 and 2, I think, as well.
Okay, yeah. There is a Kingdom Hearts game on the smartphone too. Yeah, I saw my brother play that one time. I don't know if he still has it though. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from Kingdom Hearts because I'm getting confused. So we're gonna move on to we're almost at Q&A, guys. So go ahead and get your questions ready. We'll be taking questions in just a bit. We just wanted to kind of finish off on one thing here because we're the week is upon us, guys. The ending of June is pretty crazy when it comes to Switch games. Obviously, Mario Tennis Aces came out yesterday. Did any of you guys pick up Mario Tennis Aces yet on Ataki or John?
Yeah, it's still coming in the mail though. I don't have it in my hand yet.
Oh, okay. Amazon.
I'm not getting Tennis Aces. I don't really go for that stuff, really. My biggest anticipated title that I'm getting this June is Ys 8. And I'm absolutely excited for this one because I haven't played an Ys game since Ys Book 1 and 2 on my Wii, which is the Virtual Console version, and I have very fond memories of playing Wanderers from Ys on my Super Nintendo. So to learn about this title coming to Switch is just really, really exciting for me. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, we got Ys. We got Ys 8. Lacrimosa of Dana, that's obviously coming. We have Wolfenstein 2. I'm picking up Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. I'm gonna get that. What about any guys picking up Wolfenstein 2 at all on the Switch?
Yeah, I am because I love me some killing Nazi action. So
nice.
I'm gonna probably rent it first before I see if it's really my style. But I do hope it performs well.
All right, cool. I'll probably get it at some point to stream it. There's a Redbox right by my house, and they started getting some of the Switch games. So I got one of those developmental ones. So I might do that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get it first because like, there's just Ys 8 is coming out at the same time, and then Crash Bandicoot. I'm getting Crash. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, are any of you guys getting Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, I actually the one I'm waiting on is Lacrimosa because I own it for the Vita. I've never played it yet though, but I might probably get it when it goes down in price or something like that. Probably.
Okay.
Crash. I never played the Crash games either. So.
What about you, John? Are you getting Crash? Are you a big Crash fan at all or not?
No, I'm not really a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. I might rent that one, but I'm not sure if I'm really going to go for it just yet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so for me, Crash is going to be pretty big. And that's a $40 title, guys. So you get all 3 games for $40. I think that's pretty much a steal, especially with all the content that's in the game. It's pretty good. Aces, for me, Aces, I don't know when I'm going to get Aces just because, guys, to be honest, I've got way too many games to play. Like, it's getting to the point to where it's ridiculous. You know, like, I still haven't even played the demo for Shining Resonance Refrain.
I'm also getting
It's good. It's very good.
Yeah, like I still haven't even put the demo for that. I just got Paladins. I'm getting into Fortnite. You know, I'm practicing for Smash. Like I bought Horizon Zero Dawn, haven't beat that. Got God of War, haven't beat that. So right now, I need to just focus on playing the games that I got. Like I bought Paladins for $20.99, so I'm definitely gonna be playing that. I need to focus on that. I don't have as much time to play games, but I just can't keep on stockpiling games. So Um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get Aces. Like not, at least not right away. I'll probably pick up Aces. I'll probably get it at some point. And we'll do PE Arena and all that good stuff. But it's just this is just too much because I want to get Crash. Like I want to get Ease 8 and I want to get Crash. Like those are the two games that I know I want to get because I've been looking forward to them. So yeah. So for me, there's just been so much, man. So much stuff. So much stuff going on. So we'll see. We'll see. And I think that there's even more. I think there might be like another indie game or two coming out, but I just don't remember. No, and like yeah, like Andy Mine says, yeah, but OJ, the Steam summer sale is on. Stockpile more. And like I looked at the Steam summer sale, but there wasn't really anything that I was too interested in. Like, it was a lot of the stuff was like, okay, you know, I don't know if I even want to get anything. Like I said, I don't really like buying like a bunch of games on my PC anymore, or like doing PC gaming. Like I just rather just do consoles, you know, just because it's easier. Like I rather not like if I stream a game, I don't want it to be streaming from my PC and it puts more, you know, CPU usage and all that. So.
I like to see is like Valve's internal, like their internal stats from other accounts of how many games people have bought and never even launched.
I think there's some stats out there that can tell you about that.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
High percentage of games people buy that because they're just so cheap. It's and they never play them. It's like.
Let me check out this. Let me check out just so we can guys know like the Steam summer sale. I want to know the games because like I know I was looking at the games, and like let me just check because I know there's some good ones there, but like I don't think they're like yeah they have like Grand Theft Auto 5 like 67% off. They have like you know they have some I mean they have some good stuff, but it's not like anything like the Sniper Elite franchise like Far Cry franchise is like 25 to 66% off. So like you can get like Far Cry 5 for like $44.99. Like,
really, Far Cry 3 got a new version called the Complete Edition or something like that. It's like they up-res it maybe to 4K or something like that.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't it just like an update or something like that? Yeah, I did hear about something like that.
Like it came out in the end of 2012, and that's like my favorite Far Cry. That one.
Well, they've got the. Well, I don't know if it's that one though. Like I'm looking at the Steam. I'm looking at the summer sale right now, and it's like. It
must be on PC too. Like this version, because
I
I was checking the list of June games because you had the June list, and I want to see like if I missed anything, but. I'm like, oh, there it is, the new version of Far Cry.
Sorry about that Windows sound, guys. Is it there? Is this the new version of Far Cry there, or where does? I don't see it.
But, I forget the name. It's like something like Edition. I don't. It's like they did something to it. I guess maybe it has all the DLC or something like that into it.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, like I'm just looking through. I mean, like Wizards of Legend. Okay, that game just came out on Switch. You know, it's right around the same price, so it's like whatever. But you have the Nocturne update. I mean, they don't have anything that's like super like I'm like. Super crazy. I mean, like you can get Neo for $29.99. That's not bad. But like Neo on PS4, that's like $15 at Best Buy. You know, like with the Gamers Club, or even without it, it's $20. So it's even cheaper on PS4 right now. You know, like you have like The Witcher. I mean, they always have The Witcher on sale. You know, Darkest Dungeon, that's pretty good. You know, $7. And I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance. I mean, $41. I'm like, I'll just wait. You know, it's a digital version. Like, you know, I mean, it's a good summer sale, but it's not anything like.
Of King of that game there's a game that it just got a physical version. It was on the eShop. It's called Kingdom New Lands. Like on limitedrungames.com they put out physical versions of that game and Music, which is another eShop game as well.
You have Enter the Gungeon for $7.49. You've got Overcooked for $5.77. Skullgirls for $2.99. I mean, you got some older games. I mean, the Steam link is $2.50. Steam controller is $33. I mean, Fallout Game of the Year, not bad. That's actually pretty good value for $29.99. All that content, you can play that for like 500 hours, or more. So that's not bad, But I already got Fallout 4. I already beat it, on my PC. So like for me, there's not anything that's like like oh my gosh, I need to get on the Steam Summer. So like it's such a great deal. Like even some of the games that are like good, like Dragon Quest Heroes. It's like okay, Dragon Quest Heroes. Let me just whatever. Dragon Quest Heroes is awesome, but like Dragon Quest Heroes, it's like they're selling it for $35. That's more than the PS4 version. Like that's not even that great of a deal. $35 for Dragon Quest Heroes 2?
You can buy the physical copy for less than that, can't you? Probably.
Yeah, you can buy the PS4 copy for less than that. So it's just like, I mean, this game Absolver, I've heard about this game. This is like where you can create your own like fighting styles. I kind of want to pick this one up because this is like the most unique and one of the games that actually looks really cool. Like I saw Nintendo Ultra playing this game. But like I think I kind of want to play Absolver a bit, But I might pick up Absolver because that's a unique game. I don't think it's on consoles. I don't think it is, but Absolver actually looks pretty cool. It's like you make your own fight styles and like you create your own style and then like you head into battle one-on-one fights against people. I think that's cool.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks interesting. So I'm thinking about maybe it's $14.99. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I mean, $30 is not a bad price for the game, but like for $15, I mean, this might be worth it. So that's the only game that I'm kind of looking at, right. Other than that, not really looking at anything else, you know. So I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that was a Steam Summer Sale. Oh, it's also on PS4. Yeah, but PS4, that's like you got to pay for.
Well, so much for that PS exclusive then.
Yeah, well, you got to pay for PSN. That's the problem. But yeah, I think he was just telling me that it's on PS4. But like, it's like, why buy on PS4 when I can just buy it on PC and like get free online play? You know, so for me on that. And like I said, I don't trust. And if there's ever like if crossplay ever becomes a thing, you know, like if this comes to Switch, if this comes to like the Xbox or whatever. Like and crossplay's a thing because like this game probably doesn't have a ton of people in it. You're gonna want crossplay with a game like this, and Sony's gonna be like, nope, no crossplay. So I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole on Sony's.
I just know like a lot of indie devs are kind of turned off by Steam these days because of like all the garbage gets thrown on there. They're like asset flips that is covered by people on YouTube with the green light, or it's called Steam Direct now or something like that. They changed the name of it because it was so bad.
Well, the sales aren't good for a lot of indie developers either. Like,
I mean, it gets buried because there's like it's like there's tens of thousands of games on there, and it keeps increasing every year. Like they keep like there was like 6,000 last year, 6,000 games put onto Steam. It's just 6,000. I know.
That's insane, man. So many games. Anyway, well, everyone's saying Absolver's on console. Okay, well, Absolver's on console. So, I mean, like I said, it's probably on Xbox then too, right? I don't know if it's on Xbox or not, but either way, I'll get the PC version because like I don't have Xbox Live, I don't have PSN right now, so PC version would be the one to get because it's free online. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to Q&A, guys. So if you have your questions, we'll answer questions for about another 15-20 minutes. I don't want to keep these guys more than an hour and a half. So I think it was a pretty good show. We went over a diverse list of different topics. We talked about lots of different stuff. So I thought it was pretty good. We averaged over 100 viewers, so that's good too as well. So guys, hit that like button. We're in the final stretch here. Hit that like button. If you have a question, please tag me at Player Essence, all one word, capital P, capital E in the Player Essence. Tag me all one word, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And once again, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. I don't know where we're at right now. We're at 76, so I think we can get another 20, 25 likes, 25, 24 likes in this time period. And we will raid somebody, too. We're also going to raid somebody.
Like the stream right now.
What's up? What'd you say?
I'm going to go, I didn't like the stream yet, so...
go like the stream. Like it. Simply Chris says, Player Essence, are you still interested in Crazy Justice? Yeah, absolutely. I'll play Crazy Justice. I've played all of the well, not all of them, but I've played a lot of the main Battle Royale games now. Like I played PUBG, don't like it. I've played H1Z, I like that H1Z. I've played Fortnite. I like Fortnite the most now. I used to like H1Z more, now I like Fortnite more. I've played a lot of them. Obviously Fortnite is probably gonna be my main one because it's on Switch and I can play with all of you guys, play with the community. But yeah, I mean Crazy Justice when it comes, we'll play it. We'll try it out. Travis Sutton says, players never suggest questions to me. I may go on forever. You can ask your questions. I won't go on forever, though. So you can go on forever, but I will not. So you can go ahead and get your whatever topics you want in, man. Or get whatever questions you want. A Gamer says, Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC. Yeah, I think it'll come to PC. Yeah, I think it will.
Same here, because, that game was always going to be a timed exclusive at most. Which is not to say that it can't be on other systems. It might come to other systems, but either way, it always was going to be timed.
Yeah, because in the reveal trailer it says coming first to PlayStation, so you already know that it's timed because they said coming first, so it's going to come to the other systems. Sweet Life of Dio Brando says, "Players, have you ever played Persona games?" Yeah, I've played Persona games. I have a Persona game right behind me, Persona 5, the Take Your Heart edition, and I've streamed it on my channel. I played it, so yeah. Absolutely.
I'm probably going to be trying out Persona 5 on my PS3 at some point. I've never played any Persona games before, but if they're really good, then I'm all for it.
I've also played Persona Q on the 3DS as well. I played and beat that game. It's really not that good compared to Persona 5, but
I played 4, the Golden on the Vita, and I played 5, and then I played a little bit of Q. That's my experience, but I own them all, and I just need to get around to playing them someday because it's just crazy.
I've played Persona before Golden on the PS Vita as well. The brief moment that I had my PS Vita, I was playing it on there. So.
Yeah, I'm a big Vita fan. I have 2 of them actually, a white one and
All right.
The regular one, yeah.
Go ahead and you can ship one over to me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That white one's like one of the rarest ones though. It's like the
Ice
Assassin's
White?
Creed bundle one. Yeah,
Oh, cool,
that
cool,
one. Yeah.
cool.
I
Cool,
managed
man.
to get a hold of.
Yeah, man, that's actually pretty good. All right, so let's see here. Got to go lawn mowing. All right, man, take it easy, dude. Let's see. Stephen Bowen says, OJ, do you play Oddworld series? No, I think the Oddworld series is stupid. I've always thought that it's stupid. I don't like the Oddworld series, and I don't like the games. I've tried them. I remember I tried it on the PS1 back in the day. I tried the one on the Xbox. I think they're dumb. But I don't have a problem with other people that like them. Like, no knock on the franchise itself. I think that it's good for if you like that weird type of deal, but I've never liked the Oddworld franchise. I've tried them. I've really tried to like it, but the character designs, the humor, just not my style. But any of you guys?
Oh, I was gonna say, no, I never had played them, but the creator of that series, he went off on Nintendo a couple of years ago. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I do remember that. He did go off on about the Wii U, right? When it comes to
Yeah,
the Audible
but
that's
he went
coming
like
there.
off on the company like itself too as well.
Yeah, I know he did. I don't. That doesn't really affect. Like, I don't care that he did. I mean, whatever he did with it. I think it was Lauren Lanning, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lauren, yeah.
Yeah. He did kind of go off, which is, I mean, that's fine. He was frustrated with whatever.
Just remember, like, yeah, I thought I mentioned that.
Yeah. He was. I think he was rightfully frustrated about something, but I'm not really sure. I don't remember really what it was. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you got to blow off some steam. That's what he was doing.
I don't have an Oddworld because I've never really played it.
Okay. All right. Christian Lopez says, "Have you played World of Final Fantasy?" I played a little bit of World of Final Fantasy, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah, I played a little bit of it. Not necessarily my style. I bought it it was $12 when I bought it, and I played it for a bit. Said meh, and stopped playing it.
I haven't played it. It would be nice though if it I'm sorry, I can't say it. I'm sorry.
If it came to Switch, you'd try it out.
Yeah, I would.
just say it if you wanted to come over. I mean, it's
but that would be port begging, and you don't like port
no,
begging.
that's not port begging. That's not port begging. That you could just say if the developers here's how you say it's not port begging. Port begging is let me make sure I say this because some people are confused. First of all, you can port beg if you guys want to. You don't have to follow you guys don't have to do what I do. Okay, you guys want to go port beg? Go get on your hands and knees and go port beg for something. That's fine. I'm not gonna do it, and I'm not gonna use my platform to port beg. But if you want to say, oh, okay, this game's not on Switch. Like, I play it if it was on Switch because it makes sense, then that's fine. You can say that. If it comes to Switch, I'll check it out. Like, I do that with tons of games. Dude, like, there's so many games that if it comes out on Switch, I'll probably try it out. If it's not, then maybe I'll try it. Maybe I won't. I don't really know. But because you don't have a PS4, right, John?
No, I mean, I've been back and forth about that, honestly. But hearing about Sony's latest stunt, I have been very, very much on the fence about it. Maybe if the games that I am hoping to come for Switch don't end up coming, I might consider it. But as of right now, it's kind of up in the air for me at the moment.
So, and that's the thing. Like, World of Final Fantasy is like you can collect monsters and battle with them and stuff like that. It's kind of like a unique style of Final Fantasy game. So like it would fit well on the Switch. So if the developers are smart, they'd put it on there and they'd do better. But if they don't want to, I'm not gonna say like that's not port begging. Saying okay, well if it comes to Switch or maybe it'd be cool if it came to Switch. Port begging is when a developer tells you like hey man, if you guys ask for this, maybe we'll do it, and then you rush over to their Twitter and say, please, give me. If you're on a podcast and you're just like, oh yeah, I mean, I would like it to come to Switch, like that'd be cool if it did. That's not port begging. You're not port begging for anything. You just be like, hey, it'd be cool if it came. Obviously, everyone wants more games, so I mean, like that's not port begging though. Like just saying like, hey, you would want I want Persona 5 on the Switch. That doesn't mean I'm port begging for it. And if I go to Atlas and say, Atlas, please put Persona on the Switch, then that'd be port begging. But like what I've said to Atlas is Atlas. If this game, it should be on Switch. I haven't begged for it. I'm just saying, no, I'm not asking for it. I'm saying you guys should put it on there, and that's that. And that's all I've said to them. Is like, it should put on there. Like, it should be on there.
It's just like you said. You never really know what's going on inside Square Enix's mind. I mean, I do hope that they are smart enough to consider porting it and most of their other games, but it's very difficult to say. Either way, though, there are a lot of people that are demanding their games to be on Switch. I've been seeing a lot of people demanding for Kingdom Hearts 3 to be on Switch on Twitter just about daily. So I would be really, really surprised if it didn't happen. But still, I think if they really are open for requests, yes, absolutely, they should go through with it.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see ultimately what they end up doing. I don't know about World of Final Fantasy. I mean, it could come over, but like I said, once again, Sony, or not Sony, Square Enix has this thing with Final Fantasy when it comes to Nintendo. It's just like they're fine with Nintendo, they're cool with everything, but when it comes to Final Fantasy, it's like, well, like I
And
still.
that's all you need to say
I've been
about
hoping to see that
Yeah,
change.
they drink that Sony water when it comes to Nintendo and Final Fantasy. Like everything else is cool, but like when it comes to Final Fantasy, heck, even spin-offs, it's like, but like there's always something. It's like, oh, we'll make exclusives for you. We'll make brand new games that take more time and effort, to make on a Nintendo platform. The World Ends With You, Octopath. We'll do all sorts of stuff. But Final Fantasy, even old Final Fantasies, we're good. No. Y'all can't have none of those. But we'll do other stuff. So I mean, that's kind of how I feel about Square Enix.
All we're gonna have to do is just wait and see what happens, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we can do, at this point. So that's that. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next question here. Let's see. I already answered that one in terms of. Let's see. Okay, I've already answered this guy's a million times. Like with the whole, I'm not gonna spend much time on it. But say Astra, chances of Persona 5 possibly on Switch. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like 30% or lower. I don't think it's gonna be possible. Like, it could be possible. We don't know. But at this point, they haven't talked about it yet. Maybe it gets announced at a direct. But I just don't know the relationship between this game and the exclusivity or what's going on. I just don't know. So it's hard for me to say. So.
Learn to embrace SMT, people. It's just as good.
Sorry about that, S Yargo. I mean, yeah, man. What's up, dude? Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the podcast. YouTube's. I don't know what else I can do, guys. YouTube's horrible. Like I noticed that like at the beginning of my podcast, like I'll have it up, I'll have the notification. Like there'll be like 20 people in here, then all of a sudden we'll jump up to like 100 because people come in late just because there's no good notifications. YouTube doesn't put on your front page or doesn't show up on the sidebar. I'm terribly sorry, but yeah, make sure you follow me on different social medias. Follow me and also check out the community page as well. I post on there. I post on Twitter when we're going live and stuff. So I'm terribly sorry that YouTube can't do their job efficiently with everybody. But yeah. Shout outs. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. Let's see. Dragon Gamer says, "What do you about Mega Man NT Warrior game to Switch? What does that even mean? Like Mega Man?
That question looks pretty incomplete.
Yeah. Like, what do you? I think it meant, what do you think about a Mega Man NT Warrior? What is a NT What's Mega Man NT? What is that? Mega Men? It's not even Mega Man. It's Mega Man.
Battle Network, maybe.
I have no idea. Like, is he talking about like a warrior? I have no idea. You need to just basically clear. Can you clear up that question and we'll answer it? J2 Blues player, since there was a rumor a while back that Nintendo was holding 64 gigabyte cards till 2019, do you think that it has to do with Reggie said that day and date releases on Switch? I think it all factors in. Yeah, absolutely. I think that the 64 gigabyte cartridges and also 32 gigabyte cartridges being cheaper. I think there's a combination of things. It's a new system, like Reggie said. It's a new system. Obviously, like the gigabytes in cartridge space. I mean, that 64 gigabyte cartridge, it's going to be expensive. Even in 2019, it's going to be expensive. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of developers that will opt for that. But I think that the 16 gigabyte cartridge size and the 32 gigabyte will be more efficient as well. So there's a lot of developers that have games that are like, maybe 40 gigabytes on PS4 and Xbox One. And they can kind of, obviously, if you lower textures, you lower certain audio quality, things like that, you can lower it to where it'd be well underneath the 32 gigabyte limit for the 32 gigabyte cartridge, obviously. So I think it's just a combination of things, of price, of Nintendo Switch hardware itself, porting teams. I mean, there's a lot of different combinations, but that doesn't mean every single game is going to come to the Switch or anything like that. But I don't think the main thing is 64 gigabyte cartridges. I don't think that's it either, because in my opinion, if that was the limiting factor, it's like, okay, well, where are all your older games? Like, and that's fine. Like, if you can't put your newest games, that's fine. But where are all your older games? Like, where are all your Xbox 360 games? Like, people talk about Switch having so many ports, but all the ports that they're doing are really just like independent game ports, or it's like ports from PS4 and Xbox One, like, Skyrim Special Edition, or like Doom or Wolfenstein. I mean, if you're looking at some of the other third-party developers, what are they doing? Like, what is Activision isn't doing anything. EA is doing a weird version of FIFA. What other Western developers do we have on the Switch at this point? We don't have many big Western developers. I can't even think of any other the bigger games. I mean,
Rockstar? Rockstar?
Rockstar ported over their engine for like NBA 2K. they ported over that to the Switch, you know. So I mean, like most of the developers are just kind of doing like a couple things from their current gen catalog, or doing not anything at all in terms of Western developers. So I don't think even with 64 gigabyte cartridges, I don't think that's all of a sudden Western developers are like, hey, we're gonna hop into the Switch now. I don't think that's gonna be it. We got like Arc that's coming, so that's good. But yeah, I think that it's a factor, dude. J2 Blue, but it's not the only thing. There's other things as well, but I don't think 2019 rolls around and all of a sudden we're gonna be swimming in big Western third-party games. I think there's gonna be a lot more Japanese stuff day and date. Oh snap! Yo, shout outs to Dark Ghost hitting us with the 2-month sponsor in a row. Thank you so much, Dark Ghost. Appreciate your continued support on the channel. Thank you, man. So yeah, sponsored 2 months in a row. Shout outs. But yeah, man. I mean, that's just kind of my thoughts. That's my thought process on that. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Markel Hall, or never mind. That's not really a question. That's just a statement. Andy Mine. It says, so which female fighter in Smash is going to be? Is it? I think you meant Ataki's choice. So I think he meant you. He called you Ataki, but it's Itaki. So who's your female fighter of choice, Ataki?
Probably Lucina, because I'm a big Fire Emblem fan, and you know, we have a very prominent member who's that's like her user name. So
Lucina, she's covered from head to toe, dude. What do you?
Hey man, I appreciate women that are fully clothed too, as well.
I'm just joking.
She's like one of the better characters in Awakening too, as far as like the power goes. That you can get without too much trouble, without trying to breed anybody. You get her for free, pretty much, right? In the game, it's a bit easier to get her because you just get her by story progression. You know?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of, I know you said just asked for you, but in terms of my female fighter of choice, of course, Sheik. But I'm interested in seeing, like, if they were to put like a new female fighter in there. I mean, I think like I've always thought like Crystal from Star Fox would be cool to have in there because she uses like a bow. It's like a bow user would be cool because I actually really like. I don't know if I told you guys this, but one of my favorite Xbox 360 games is Batman Arkham City.
Okay.
Arkham City. Yeah, because Arkham City you can use Robin, and Robin has a bow, and a bow is one of my favorite weapons. And I was like one of the best Xbox 360, back when it came out, I was like one of the best Xbox 360, like in the challenge rooms. You know the challenge rooms where you can play, like beat up a bunch of people and go on the leaderboards? Like I was like top 5, top 10 with like Robin in a lot of the levels, you know, back then. Because I like Robin's bow. I love his bow and everything. I would just play the crap out of that game. So I've always had an affinity for like the bow weapon and nunchucks and bows. So, I mean, if they put like a bow user in there, that would be really cool. And Crystal's the only Nintendo character that I can think of that uses a bow. So, I'm pretty sure that there's more, but she's the only one that I can think of that uses a bow. So,
in Smash? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't. Is there any other Nintendo characters that like use a bow that could be in Smash that you can think of? I mean, I know that there's like third-party characters, but like any Nintendo characters. I mean,
like Link really rocks a bow, right? Like, I mean, are you who's not already in there?
No, not a bow and arrow. Just like a bow like Donatello.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sort of like maybe Cranky Kong with his cane, and they can make it into a bow.
That's a cane though, because you can.
I know.
You can attack with one hand. A bow, you need two hands.
They should get like what's his name?
Scrooge.
Duck. Yeah, because that's old school.
But he uses a cane. He's just gonna whack you with a cane. That's just one. But yeah, I'd be totally down for Scrooge McDuck. But like that's still a cane.
Because doesn't Master Roshi like use a bow and Dragon Ball sometimes?
He uses a cane too. He smacks you with the cane. Yeah.
All right, man. Canes with bows there.
Yeah. Man.
Can they maybe throw a lot of money at whoever owns the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and get Donatello in there?
Yeah, I mean that's what I would want. I mean, I'd be down for Donatello or for Crystal, one of those two. But like, I mean, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of Legendary Ray, you're talking about Ease 8, the plans for optimization. No, it shouldn't surprise you or be weird, because if you've noticed, like, I'm not sure if you knew, like, when the PS4 game launched, it was a mess. Ease 8, like, the localization was trash.
The version is like really bad too, allegedly. So they actually cleaned that up really well for this Switch release, is what I heard anyways.
But like he's talking about, is it weird that they have a plans for optimization? But like, I don't know if you've known about like Falcom games, or really just like Ease in general, like this version of Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, there were issues in terms of the gameplay. Like they've done multiple patches on PS4 and Vita originally. Like I said, the localization was all jacked up, so you it's not really weird if you've already known the history of this game. Like the PC version, that version got delayed because they needed to do more optimization, and they're still releasing patches for the PC version. They still need to clean up some stuff. So nah, it's not really weird at all, just because all the other versions of the game had the same type of issues, whether it's text or whether it's this or localization's messed up. I mean, it's just something that they've been doing with Ease. So nah, it's not weird. If you've been following Ease like I have been following Ease, it's not weird at all. They had the problems back when it first launched. The company president had to apologize. Like, I don't know how many times he had to apologize for everything. Dude's been apologizing for Ease 8 for like a year straight now, apologizing every time something happens. He's been apologizing. So that's not really weird or surprising. This is just what's been going on with the game. So yeah, it's like when EA says like we're going to like patch something. It's like when some EA says we're going to patch something, or it's like when a third party. It's like common for stuff just not to work anymore, or things aren't optimizing. You have to get patches. Like that's just common for like a lot of stuff. And with this game in particular, it's been a normal thing since the game launched on the PS4 and PS Vita last year. So
there's another Falcon game when they went on the PC. They added a bunch of text to it. That was the release of the Trails of Cold Steel, the first and second one on the PC. They added like more dialogue to it, which is another Falcon game.
It might have been, but I'm not sure. But Legendary Race talked about. He said that only like the technical problems, but there were technical issues on PS4 too. PS4 didn't run and play optimized and properly. They've also fixed bugs and done other things on that. So I mean, it's not just Switch in general, but Switch is a new system. When you're porting to that, like if you're already working on like PS4, that's what they made the version for PS4. This isn't a direct one-to-one or anything, or whatever engine that they're using. They actually had to do quite a bit of things. I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but I'm just saying like PS4 version wasn't perfect. Like there was no optimization problems, there was no bugs, there wasn't anything like that. PS4 version wasn't perfect when it launched. There was optimization issues with there too. There was crashing, there was problems with the PS4 version along with the PS Vita version too. So it's not just the Switch version that has optimization issues or anything like that. It's not just that. It's just what they've been doing. It wasn't just the localization. And I've been covering Ease 8 since last year on the PS4. I covered all the different stuff that they were doing. So yeah, it wasn't just that. That's just how this game is. So yeah. Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Crystal and Smash's assist trophy. Oh, well, there you go. She's not going to be there. She's an assist trophy. Is she an assist trophy, or is she like just a trophy in the game? Player since Crit Astra says player since what about Takumi, Fire Emblem Fates, or Rivali, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, etc. Yeah, I'd actually like Takumi or Rivali would be good. Obviously, probably Rivali might be a little bit of a better choice because he gets you not another Fire Emblem character. Oh snap! Yo, the first Toby Blaster of the day. Let's go. Shout outs. Shout outs to my boy Fairy Tiger. Hit us with that. Oh, listen, Toby Blaster. Let's go. And Fairy Tiger donated $15 and says, Ease and Crash next week. Nice to have something new to play until Octopath. Smiley face. Happy times. Yeah, man. A lot of happy times ahead for Switch owners. June is going to be big. Next week is going to be huge. I think pretty much no matter what genre you like. I mean, you're going to have platformer. You're going to have you have Mario Tennis Aces. You have sports. You have shooter. You have RPG. There's just so many different varieties. So yeah, man. But thank you, Fairy Tiger. Appreciate the $15 donation. Shout outs, man. And yeah, both me and Ataki, we're both looking forward to Ease and Crash right next week. So there you go. Shout outs, man. Let's see. Any other questions here? What time is it? We got 1:32, so we can take another question or two. So yeah, we can take another question or two. So we'll see. Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, I'd be totally down for like Rivali or Takumi. I mean, I love Takumi. Takumi's cool. Let's see here. T-Dude says, I have a question for the two guests. What do you guys think of Nintendo/Xbox One trailer of Minecraft's hashtag Better Together crossplay movement? Yeah, I talked about that on PE Player vs. Cross Nintendo. I didn't want to repeat it on this one as well, so yeah. But I think I repeated some other stuff. But anyway, whatever. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that, John and Taki? If you guys want to talk about that.
I really don't have any major opinion on it. Sorry to say.
Okay.
It's good to see them work together and take the piss out of Sony. So it's always good. Yeah. I don't really play Minecraft, but yeah, it's the big game, right? It's been big since 2009, so it's good that it's on the Switch. It has its own version.
Okay. Let me see if there's any other questions or any topics that we missed that you guys want to talk about. Dragon Gamer says player since I mean Mega Man Battle Network. Okay, Mega Man Battle Network. Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay, do you have any Mega Man? Why, man, you spelled Mega Man wrong too. Okay, Mega Man Battle Network. Is that what you meant? Because you're typing it Mega Man. Well, it's Mega Man Battle Network. Mega Man, not Mega Man. It's not Men. Or is it Men in your country or something? Do they call it something different? But anyway, it's Mega Man here. Mega Man Battle Network. Okay, do you guys have any opinions on Mega Man Battle Network? Would you like to see something like that?
I used to watch like the cartoon shows when I was younger because they were Battle Network was like around the turn of the century, for like 2000-ish or around. There was a lot of them on the DS that I played. It's basically like a tactical version of Mega Man, and it was fun. I have good memories of it.
I don't have any major opinion whatsoever, unfortunately.
Okay, well, that's that. We talked about that already. We already talked about the champions, what we'd like to see. We all said Urbosa would be probably the best one that we would all like to see was Urbosa. So yeah, we talked about that. But anyway, all right, guys, that basically wraps it up for this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate that. We are going to do a raid. We'll talk about some of the content that we have on the channel. I think some of you guys probably missed it. It didn't go up in your sub feeds. I know some of you guys missed it. So for this past couple days, I think YouTube sub boxes have been being funky. So if you haven't been watching my channel, please make sure you go out to my channel. Just actually click on my channel, find it in on your sidebar, go to the channel and watch the videos, because I do videos every single day right around 6 a.m. my time, PT, Pacific time, and then also around noonish, afternoon time, PT as well. So we always have that. We have issues. We talked about the Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. We talked about Okami HD in terms of that, the physical version. Japan that has English text. We had videos on that this week. Also Dragon Ball Fighters. We have all the information on that, so make sure you check out the channel in terms of all of that information. We also already have the PE arena. So if you missed the Fortnite squads, let's go. We have that. So if you that's already up. So if you want to watch if you missed that, you want to watch some Fortnite gameplay. G5 was there, George was there, so the Bang Bang Armadillo gang, all that was there. And I was actually getting better. I was actually getting some kills and stuff. I wasn't being a complete noob. So I'm actually getting better at Fortnite. So if you want to see us play for about 2 hours, that's already up on the channel. I also did a video on Shinya Takahashi, preventing Switch software gaps and stuff like that. So Ni no Kuni 2, that got a big update. So I might get back into Ni no Kuni 2, guys, because that got a hard mode update, and that's exactly what the game needed. So shout outs to Ni no Kuni for that. So we did that, and also Players Across Nintendo. That's the Nintendo podcast that we did yesterday. That's already up. You guys have been watching that. It's actually been doing pretty good. So if you guys want to check out that, that's already up. And pretty much, yeah, everything else. So just check out the channel, guys. Just because YouTube's unreliable, don't count on sub boxes, because you never know what's gonna happen with YouTube. So yeah, don't rely on sub boxes, guys, because YouTube's YouTube. So there's that. But anyway, let's find somebody to raid, huh? Let's see. Oh, here we go. One of my boys is on Nintendo Prime. Let's go. So Nintendo Prime is streaming right now, and he's streaming Mario Tennis Aces, but he only has 12 people watching. There's only 12 people watching, so you guys all need to head over to Nintendo Prime's channel. Make sure you check out my boy Nintendo Prime. Let him know that Player Essence sent him. And of course, hit that like button on your way out if you haven't already done so. The link is in the chat there. So to all my guests, let me go ahead and introduce them, or let them give their outros. Real brief. You guys can just kind of say, where they can find you. So, John, where can people find you at?
Well, I just posted my YouTube channel right here on the on the chat. So in case anybody is very interested in visiting the stuff that I've done, you're more than welcome to do so. I haven't done anywhere nearly as much content as OJ has done.
You don't have to mention that every time. It's okay. It's okay, John. Just tell them where they can talk to you, man. Twitter? They can get you on. They can get you on Twitter too, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am on Twitter too.
All right, cool. It's cool. Got you on Twitter, John. You can check out John's channel or if you want to talk to John more, that's probably the best place is Twitter to reach him, because he doesn't do as much on YouTube. So, but you don't have to compare yourself to me. I don't like that. You don't got to compare yourself to me, John. You're fantastic. You've been a big part of this.
Way more than most YouTubers.
Very nice.
You guys aren't YouTubers, so it's okay. And you're fantastic, John. John's been helping me on the channel since 2013. He's been around forever, and he's been completely nice and very truthful and honest with me with everything. So, John, you're a valuable asset, valuable person, just as a friend to me. So you don't have to compare yourself to me, man. We're all in this together.
Very nice.
Also,
It's very nice.
John, what was I about to say? No, that's it. Actually, I was done. Itaki, where are they gonna where are they gonna be able to? Where can they catch you at, man?
So I'm on Twitter under my username. It's just as it appears on the chats and all that. No, 1, 2 or whatever. So it's easy to find. I'm also an internet English teacher. My name is not. That's basically what I do for a living. You can find me on. It's a website called. It's where I get my name from. It's italki.com, and as it's spelled in my name as well. And you can find me under there under the name of Tim Overossi, which is that's where I'm from in Canada. So yeah, and if you want English help, you can find me on there.
English lessons, go to my boy Ataki. Also, you can hit me up on Twitter, and I can DM you his stuff as well if people are looking to kind of talk. Yeah, looking to talk to him about lessons and stuff like that. So he does offer that for people. All right, and of course, you guys can all my information link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff. Raid my boy Nintendo Prime. I already put his link in the chat there, and I think that's it for right now, guys. That is it. I'm not sure if we might have another video later tonight. I don't think there's going to be a Spawn cast from John over there. I'm not really sure because there are too many games. There might be, there might not be. Who knows? I might be on. I don't know what they're going to do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.